Hey guys, how are you doing? My name's Linking and welcome to my top 10 weirdest Vita games. These are my personal weirdest and they are in no particular order. I hope you enjoy. Number 10, Monster Monpiece. Just how offensive can a card battling RPG actually be? Well, this game is infamous for one feature in particular. In order to unlock the full power of these magical girls, the player must grip the Vita firmly before rubbing both sides of it up and down to remove the girls' clothes and unleash their full potential. That's right, Monster Monpiece makes you stimulate your Vita to strip girls of questionable age and character. Available now on PSN, it only warranted a PEGI 12 rating. A little strange, considering the 17 plus and M ratings it received in Japan and the US respectively. Number 9, Demon Gaze. Continuing the theme of quirky JRPGs, Demon Gaze is far less likely to get your odd look on the bus than Monster Monpiece, but is still pretty weird. Ostensibly a standard, if hard, dungeon crawler, Demon Gaze has you build up relationships with party members and demons by taking baths with them. Truth be told, it's not as bad as it sounds, but the insinuation alone is enough to raise a few eyebrows. Add in some questionably clad female demons, and you have a game that is definitely weird, and somehow not quite as offensive as it sounds. Number 8, Danganronpa. Danganronpa is a game where a bunch of genius high school students get trapped in a deadly version of their school by an evil talking teddy bear, and that's just the first 5 minutes. A lot of weird stuff happens to a lot of weird people in Danganronpa, from the biker gang leader with a physics-defying pompadour hairdo to the upstanding citizen who is obsessed with justice that he demands punishment whenever making a mistake. It's a great game, and the surreal tone and crazy story help create a unique personality and one of the best stories on Vita. Number 7, Gunhouse. A PlayStation mobile game mixing puzzle games and tower defense. Gunhouse has some of the strangest visual design we've seen in a long time. Play a match 3 puzzle game to create ammunition, which then fills one of 3 guns, firing at approaching enemies that are crawling ever closer to your titular gunhouse. Playing like a mixture of Bejeweled and Plants vs Zombies, Gunhouse is set apart by some seriously strange cartoon art, leering clouds, surprise pyramids, robot dogs, evil penguins, enormous dapper robot king bosses. It's all very odd. Number 6, Deception IV Blood Tides. Arguably the world's only trap 'em up franchise, the Deception series has been providing strange strategy RPG fun for almost a decade now. The weird part applies when you start experimenting with some of the more bizarre traps, especially those in the humiliation category. Where things can get pretty gory, there is also a huge amount of slapstick humour with traps like rolling boulders, electrocution, springboards, spiked walls, human cannons, falling bathtubs, banana peels, runaway trains, and iron horses with pointy saddles. Ouch. Number 5, Frobisher Says. Any game that encourages you to smile at the ladies, don't smile at the badgers, probably deserves a spot on a weird games list. A collection of mini-games created to show off all the cool new features of the Vita. Frobisher Says includes games such as Squash the Toffs, Poke the Otter with a Stick, Prize Apart My Clams, and Draw a Face on this rare egg. Some of them are more fun than others, but the variety of bonkers tasks thrown at you in quick succession will always raise a smile. If you are new to Vita, Frobisher Says is a great introduction to the handheld. Number 4, Akiba's Trip, Undead and Undressed. You might be able to guess why this one is here. Demons have taken over the Tokyo district of Akihabara, and entirely coincidentally, they have all taken the form of attractive women. To defeat these demons, the player must strip their clothes and expose them to sunlight. Needless to say, Akiba's Trip isn't exactly the most progressive game out there. It's not pornography, but the fact it's getting localized is still rather surprising. The game also features a bunch of real-world Akihabara locations, because obviously that's what you're paying attention to. Number 3, Conception 2, Children of the Seven Stars. Conception 2 is a turn-based RPG with a bizarre mechanic. Your character attends the Star God Academy and must produce star children to battle evil by classmating with your female friends. hence the conception of the title. This classmating isn't as dirty as it sounds, with both participants touching one another before transferring their energies to a special doll to create the Star Child. There's a bit of panting, but that's about as dirty as it gets. Still, it's bloody weird and the intention is clearly there. Maybe not one to play around your significant other. Sorcery Saga, Curse of the Great Curry God. A dungeon crawler about finding various magical curries. The special edition of Sorcery Saga, the hot and spicy everything nicey edition, came with a bib, plastic spoon and plate. Despite the light-hearted premise, this is a classic roguelike that hardcore RPG fans should enjoy. And the fact that the whole thing is about a curry is merely a pleasant bonus. Sorcery Saga is the kind of light-hearted but hardcore game that only Japan seems able to make these days, and it's one of our favourite Vita RPGs. Plus, what's better than magical curry? Number 1. Doki Doki Universe. Doki Doki Universe starts with a robot named QT3 and a talking red balloon accidentally being left on an asteroid by a spacefaring human family. 40 years later, the pair are discovered by alien Jeff, who takes them to a planet called Home. The whole game is a personality test of sorts to determine whether QT3 possesses humanity, but in reality, it's your personality that is getting a good once-over. With a whimsical, cartoony style and a bunch of unique NPCs to learn about and try to befriend, Doki Doki Universe is a fun, weird time that also lets you fly through space on a piece of poo. Anyway guys, that was my top 10 weirdest Vita games. If you enjoyed, please be sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.